Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Welcome to the course of Art of Leadership and Motivation, HRM 760, lecture number 23, and I am your facilitator, Professor Dr. Muhammad Majid Mahmood. We have a wonderful topic of discussion today, and I believe that with the help of like this discussion, one can be successful in his professional or personal or social life. So let us talk about ड्राइविंग एम्प्लॉय मोटिवेशन. ओके, इस टॉपिक को देखकर डू यू हैव ए स्माइल ऑन योर फेस? आई बिलीव दैट वन शुड हैव अ स्माइल ऑन हिज फेस बिकॉज इट इज रियली द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक, बिकॉज everything starts with motivation. So in today's lecture we are going to talk about in depth about motivation, how we can motivate people, how we can develop motivating environment, and how there is a role of leaders and motivators in this overall scenario. Now, making your vision a reality. What will you need to do to achieve your 5 to 10 years vision? Now, this is a question we need to ask ourselves again and again. Like, since this is our 23rd number lecture, okay, so अभी तक आपकी कितनी मोटिवेशन हो चुकी है इस कोर्स में, आपकी कितनी लर्निंग हो चुकी है, आपकी क्या एक आपका विजन डेवलप हो चुका है regarding your leadership and regarding your motivation. Keeping in view all that scenario, let's talk about vision. Like 5 से 10 साल में आप अपनी लाइफ में क्या करने जा रहे हैं, क्या अचीव करने जा रहे हैं. Now that is really very important to know. So सबसे पहले आप क्या करें कि आप डिसाइड करें, आराम से बैठकर सोचें, उस पर गहराई में जाएं. आप मशवरा ले सकते हैं किसी से, आप इंटरनेट से सर्च कर सकते हैं, आप अपने बुक्स रीड करके वहां से आइडिया ले सकते हैं. उसके अलावा योर ओन थिंकिंग, द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज कि व्हाट इज योर एप्टीट्यूड. नाउ कीपिंग इन व्यू योर करंट सिनेरियो and keeping in view your, of course, aptitude, what do you want to be in your life, what do you want to achieve in 5 to 10 years time. So first you decide that, okay, fine, I want to get such and such position in my life. Now write it down. उसको किसी piece of paper पे आप लिख लें. Yeah, like for example, आप इस वक्त like अपने दिमाग में सोच लें कि this is what I want to be in 5 to 10 years time. Now, what is must? So what's a must to achieve that vision? जो चीज़ आपने सोची है, जो आपकी थिंकिंग है, जो आप अपनी लाइफ में बनना चाहते हैं, फॉर एग्जाम्पल 5 years में, 10 years में, उसके लिए क्या करना मस्ट है, एंड व्हाट्स यूजफुल, और किस चीज का आपको वाकई एक बेनिफिट है उस विजन को अचीव करने के लिए. कौन सी चीज यूजफुल है और कौन सी चीज यूजफुल नहीं है, कौन सी चीज मस्ट है और कौन सी चीज मस्ट नहीं है, एंड व्हाट्स गुड बट नॉट वाइटल. और ऐसी कौन सी चीजें हैं जो हैं तो अच्छी लेकिन बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है. टाइम मैनेजमेंट इज रियली वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. जैसे कि हम अपने पिछले लेक्चर में हमने बात की थी on time management, that time management is really very important because life is too short. We do not have unlimited time in this world. So why not get the best out of this time? Why not bring out our best potential? And how that is possible? We set a vision, then we decide what should I do, what should I not do, what should I focus, what should I not focus. So once I am clear about it, we can do wonders. We can achieve the impossible. We can go beyond the imagination of others. We not only meet the expectations of others, we also exceed the expectations of others. And that is only possible with a wonderful vision and, of course, how you are going to achieve it. Now, talking about the nature of motivation, it refers to the set of forces that cause people to behave in certain ways. It is the inner feeling which energizes a person to work more. Now, these are the real inner feelings. किसी भी person की inner जो feelings हैं, that is called the motivation. और वही inner feelings आपको किसी काम को करने के लिए आपको एक willingness create होती है, और वही inner feelings होती हैं जो आपको किसी काम से रोक देती हैं. So inner feelings have a vital role in our performance, because people who have inner satisfaction, people who really want to do something, they are highly energized than those people who pretend. Like for example, अगर आप किसी के ऑफिस में जाते हैं और वो like एक टर्म आजकल यूज होती है मजाक में भी कि लुक बिजी डू नथिंग, LBDN. So some people, they pretend, they just show others that I'm so busy all the time, but actually they are not. They are doing that thing, one thing that is called procrastination. Now what is that procrastination? It is when you are unable to focus on the vital things in your life. When you have a lack of focus, बजाय ये कि आप अपना जो आपका रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है आप उस पर फोकस करें, आप इररेलेवेंट चीज़ों पे ज़्यादा टाइम स्पेंड करना शुरू कर देते हैं, एंड दैट इज कॉल्ड प्रोकास्टिनेशन. द इमोशंस or desires of a person prompt him for doing a particular work. So now you see the role of emotions and desires. Okay, think about yourself. आपके जो desires हैं, आपके जो emotions हैं, आपके किसी चीज़ के बारे में जो जज्बात हैं, जो किसी चीज़ के बारे में आपका जो दिलचस्पी है या जो डिज़ायर है, क्या वो आपके काम की परफॉर्मेंस को इंक्रीज करता है कि डिक्रीज करता है? डेफिनेटली जिन लोगों का इमोशन और डिजायर किसी खास काम में होता है, उस काम में दे डिलीवर वंडरफुल परफॉर्मेंस. और जो लोग विदाउट इमोशन, विदाउट डिजायर कोई काम कर रहे होते, सो वी कैन इजीली जज थ्रू देयर बॉडी लैंग्वेज. Now talking further about motivation, individual forces that account for the direction, level and persistence of a person's effort expended at work. For instance, when we talk about motivation, we talk about direction. An individual's choice when presented with a number of possible alternatives. Now, किसी भी इंसान की मोटिवेशन का तब पता चलता है कि जब उसको बहुत सारे अल्टरनेटिव्स दिए जाते हैं और उनमें से वो एक अल्टरनेटिव चूज करता है. और जो भी इंसान अल्टरनेटिव चूज करता है, दैट शोज हिज और हर मोटिवेशन डायरेक्शन. Then talking about the level, it is called the amount of effort a person puts forth. कि आप कितनी लेवल की एफर्ट पुट इन करना चाह रहे हैं, आप कितना ज्यादा एक चीज में विलिंग हैं कुछ काम करने में. एंड देन परसिस्टेंस, द लेंथ ऑफ टाइम अ पर्सन स्टिक्स विद अ गिवन एक्शन. कि कोई भी इंसान एक एक्शन के साथ कब तक जुड़ा रहता है, उसके अंदर कितनी मुस्तकिल मिजाजी है. So somebody asked me one day that which is the major reason of failure of people in different organizations. I said lack of persistence. So high persistence is mandatory. Without high persistence, one can not focus on the target. So in order to achieve the most efficient and effective results, persistence is required. So overall जब हम motivation की बात करते हैं, we talk about direction, level and persistence. Now what motivates people? The first thing that motivates people is called their achievement. Recognize achievements through programs that showcase performers. अच्छा, किसी भी पर्सन के लिए जो मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट चीज नजर आती है, उसकी जो इनर सेटिस्फेक्शन हमें नजर आती है, जिससे उसकी जो रियल मोटिवेशन है बेस्ड ऑन इनर मोटिवेशन, वो आती है सेंस ऑफ अचीवमेंट से. और सेंस ऑफ अचीवमेंट आप कैसे कर सकते हैं कि मुख्तलिफ अचीवमेंट प्रोग्राम्स के जरिए आप कर सकते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू कैन गिव दैट पर्सन appreciation certificate. You can give that person some award, some shield, some financial rewards, some non-financial rewards. So you recognize, you praise that individual in front of others. You morally encourage that person. You put the name or picture of that person on your website. Like कुछ ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में जैसे हम जाते हैं तो लिखा होता है कि एम्प्लॉय ऑफ द मंथ, साथ ही उसकी एक पिक्चर है और साथ उसका नाम लिखा हुआ है और डेजिग्नेशन लिखा हुआ है और ऊपर लिखा हुआ है एम्प्लॉय ऑफ द मंथ. Now these are different ways to recognize the achievements of your people working in an organization. So when people have a sense of achievement, they are really motivated. So as a leader, it is the major responsibility of any good leader to give a sense of pride, a sense of achievement to his or her people, to his or her followers working in that organization. Next thing that motivates people in organizations is called responsibility. Have volunteer programs and other programs that enable employees to showcase their responsibility towards each other and the society at large. Now responsibility जब employees में create होती है, they are more motivated. Like अक्सर हम बात करते हैं कि employees जब public sector में पाकिस्तान की बात करते हैं, example देते हैं, तो कुछ employees they have lack of motivation because they have lack of sense of responsibility. So higher the sense of responsibility, higher the motivation. So higher sense of responsibility कहाँ से आएगी? जब motivation आई होगी. और जब motivation lack होगी या demotivated होगा person, तो sense of responsibility कहाँ से आएगा? तो we can start volunteer programs. तो volunteer programs में people come and participate and they do what they want. They volunteer their services, they volunteer their time, they volunteer their efforts. They volunteer their ideas. Now, these volunteer programs particularly make people more responsible working in that organization, because many people who want to work for the well-being of the society, but they don't know how. So you can give them a platform. Your organization, the leader can organize that platform for the people who want to really volunteer their time, services, even money for the society. Then recognition. Recognize winners through awards like Service Quality Awards, Best Operations Awards, Best Trainer Awards, etc. Talking about the feedback. One should follow a system of feedback and performance appraisal, that is the 360-degree system, in which both the boss and subordinate participate. Now, ongoing feedback is really important, because if you do not get the feedback, how you are going to know that you are going in the right direction or whether you are going in the wrong direction? So having an appraisal program, particularly when we talk about the 360-degree performance evaluation system, it means that 360 हम कहते हैं दायरे को, circle. So employee is in the center of that circle, और employee का जिन जिन के साथ interaction है उन सब की तरफ से feedback आ रहा है regarding employee's performance. And then finally employee has a sitting with the boss one-to-one. So they have a dialogue, they have a discussion about the performance, and the purpose is performance enhancement. So ongoing feedback is strongly recommended, because if you give feedback after 1 year or 6 months, उसका उतना फायदा नहीं है. But if you keep on giving your feedback on an ongoing basis, of course you can improve the performance of an organization, you can improve the performance of groups, and of course you can improve the performance of individuals who are working in that organization. Learning and growth. Give a lot of importance to training and development, and have various training academies to cater to various sections of employees. Analyze training needs to recognize competency gaps and impart knowledge through customized training programs. Now this is really very important for continuous learning and growth of employees and organization as well. Now we talk about equity theory. The equity theory was first discussed in early 60s by J.S. Adams. Now J.S. Adams proposed this theory called equity theory in 1960s. Equity theory was a practical explanation for why employees perform the way they do. Now this is really very interesting कि एम्प्लॉई अगर बहुत अच्छा काम करते हैं तो वो क्यों अच्छा काम करते हैं. लाइक एम्प्लॉयज की परफॉर्मेंस बहुत बेहतर है तो देयर इज अ रीजन, एंड इफ एम्प्लॉयज परफॉर्मेंस इज एवरेज देयर इज अ रीजन, देयर इज अ रूट कॉज, एंड इफ एम्प्लॉय परफॉर्मेंस इज पुअर or excellent, there is always a root cause. And equity theory explains that root cause regarding the different levels of performance of employees in an organization. Now an employee compares his or her job's inputs output ratio with that of relevant others, and then corrects any inequity. Now this is really very interesting कि एक एम्प्लॉई अपनी इनपुट आउटपुट रेशो को कंपेयर करता है दूसरों के साथ जो कि सिमिलर फील्ड्स में काम कर रहे हैं इन द मार्केट. सो let me give you a simple example. Like if an employee is working in a bank in officer grade 1, now he will compare his input and output ratio with those employees who are working in the similar grade, that is officer grade 1, in some other bank. Now input output ratio means that कि एम्प्लॉय कितना इनपुट कर रहा है, एम्प्लॉय कितनी मेहनत कर रहा है, एम्प्लॉय कितना टाइम लगा रहा है. तो वो अपने इनपुट को आउटपुट के साथ कंपेयर करता है कि उसको उसका रिजल्ट क्या मिल रहा है, उसकी कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग कितनी हो रही है, उसको फाइनेंशियल गेन्स कितने हो रहे हैं, उसको नॉन फाइनेंशियल रिवॉर्ड्स और नॉन फाइनेंशियल गेन्स क्या हो रहे हैं। तो वो एम्प्लॉय इनपुट आउटपुट रेशियो को कंपेयर करता है दूसरे एम्प्लॉयज के साथ जो डिफरेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में सिमिलर ग्रेड्स पे काम कर रहे हैं कि वो कितना इनपुट कर रहे हैं और उनका क्या आउटपुट है। सो एम्प्लॉयज आर मोटिवेटेड व्हेन देयर परसीव्ड इनपुट्स इक्वल आउटपुट्स। सो एम्प्लॉयज दे गेट मोटिवेटेड जब वो ये परसीव करते हैं, जब उनकी ये थिंकिंग होती है कि जो मेरा इनपुट है इट इज इक्वल टू द आउटपुट। लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर कोई एम्प्लॉय जो है वो 20,000 रुपीज उसको सैलरी मिल रही है पर मंथ, तो वो ये देखता है कि उसका जो इनपुट है वो भी $20,000 रुपीज के बराबर है। तो मीनिंग दैट कि अगर ये इनपुट आउटपुट जो है अगर रेशियो इक्वल नहीं होती तो इट मींस कि एम्प्लॉयज की मोटिवेशन में फर्क आ जाता है। लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर एम्प्लॉय का इनपुट ज्यादा है और आउटपुट कम है तो एम्प्लॉयज गेट डीमोटिवेटेड। बट इफ द इनपुट इज इक्वल टू आउटपुट they are motivated. But what happens if input is lower than the output? Again this is inequity because input जो efforts हैं वो कम है लेकिन जो reward है वो ज्यादा है। Talking about Herzberg two-factor theory. These two factors are called motivation factor and hygiene factors. Herzberg conducted a motivational study on 200 accountants and engineers. There are certain factors that tend to be consistently related to job satisfaction, motivational factor, and on the other hand, there are some certain factors which are consistently related to job dissatisfaction called hygiene factors. So let's have a quick discussion of these two factors, hygiene factors and motivator factors. Now, hygiene factors are salaries, wages and other financial benefits, company policy and administration, good interpersonal relationships, quality of supervision, job security, working conditions, work-life balance. So when all these factors are in place, it results in general satisfaction, prevention of dissatisfaction. Now this is really very important that knowing the hygiene factors. Motivator factors are sense of personal achievement, status, recognition, challenging, stimulating work, level of responsibility in the organization, opportunity for advancement, promotion, and growth. So when these motivator factors are in place, these factors result in high motivation, high satisfaction, strong commitment. Now as a overall जब आप देखते हैं तो when you look at this slide, Herzberg two-factor theory, तो जॉब सेटिस्फेक्शन के साथ और जॉब डिससेटिस्फेक्शन के साथ ये दोनों फैक्टर्स रिलेट करते हैं। सेटिस्फेक्शन के साथ आपके मोटिवेशन फैक्टर्स हैं और डिससेटिस्फेक्शन के साथ आपके हाइजीन फैक्टर्स हैं। नाउ व्हेन एम्प्लॉइज दे गेट मोटिवेशन, they get the motivation through motivator factors, But when employees they get this dissatisfaction, when they are dissatisfied, so hygiene factors are responsible. Now talking about McGregor theory X and theory Y. McGregor developed two theories, theory X and theory Y. Theory X workers could be described as individuals who dislike work and avoid it. Next, individuals who lack more ambition, dislike responsibility. And theory X further says that individuals who desire security. So now you see that theory X talks about the negative side of employees. It focuses on factors like employees' laziness, and then lack of ambition, and people do not want to take responsibility, etc., etc. On the other side, theory Y could be described as consider effort at work as just like rest or play. They don't dislike work. Individuals who seek responsibility. So now you see that theory Y focuses on the positive side of the picture. Theory X says that employees are lazy, they are not responsible, they dislike responsibility. But on the other side, theory Y focuses more on the energy level and motivation level of employees. And it also emphasizes that employees, they want to get responsibility because that gives them the motivation. Now talking about the ERG theory of motivation. First one is called existence. E for existence. Now people have a desire for physiological and material well-being. और जो एम्प्लॉइज हैं उनको अपनी फिजियोलॉजिकल और मटीरियल वेलबींग चाहिए. Then R stands for relatedness, desire for satisfying interpersonal relationships. Very important. Now what do we mean by interpersonal relationships? Like people having dialogue, interaction, and with the help of that dialogue and interaction, they develop strong relations. And then growth, desire for continued personal growth and development. So people are interested in their personal growth and development as well. So whenever an organization want to motivate their employees, they can do so if they follow the ERG theory of motivation, that is called existence, relatedness, and growth. Now let us talk about the Abraham Maslow's needs theory. Talking about Abraham Maslow's needs theory, it has 5 stages. It starts from bottom. The first level is called physiological needs. Next, safety needs. The third level is called social needs. The fourth level is called esteem needs. And the fifth final level of Maslow's need hierarchy or theory is called self-actualization needs. Now let us talk about all these 5 levels with examples one by one. Now what do we mean by physiological needs? Now physiological needs mean that, like for example, those needs जिनकी fulfillment के बगैर one is unable to survive. For example, food, water, oxygen. So without satisfying these needs, one is unable to survive. Then talking about the safety or shelter needs, तो जब लोगों को खाना मिल जाता है, उनको अपनी एक फिजियोलॉजिकल नीड्स उनकी पूरी हो जाती हैं, सो दे मूव टूवर्ड्स सेफ्टी नीड्स, कि छत होनी चाहिए, सिक्योर जॉब होनी चाहिए, सेफ जॉब होनी चाहिए, शेल्टर होना चाहिए, प्रोटेक्शन होनी चाहिए. दैट इज कॉल्ड सेफ्टी नीड. Then once a safety need is satisfied, people want to satisfy their social needs. Now social needs mean that nobody can live alone. Everybody needs family and friends, and that is called social need. After satisfying social needs, people move towards self-esteem needs. Now self-esteem needs mean that people are interested in more power, authority, a lot of money, big car, big bungalow. So they want to be powerful. They want to be strong in terms of authority and power, in terms of their financial status. And final level of Abraham Maslow's needs theory is called self-actualization, meaning working for the welfare of others. Now, what is the relationship of Maslow's needs theory with motivation? Okay. In any organization, a leader has, followers. So leaders and as well as the followers, they have certain needs. Now it is the major responsibility of the leader to identify, to assess those needs of employees. Like for example, once you know that, what is the real need of your employee? For example, take one example of, Iram. Now, Iram, if we know that Iram is working in an organization in officer grade, like in government, we say that basic pay scale 17. Now, Iram is working in an organization on basic pay scale 17, which is an officer grade. Now, if you look at this Maslow's needs theory, तो वो कहाँ पे stand करती है? She is in between social and esteem needs. Okay. Now, if you want to motivate Iram for any activity, as a leader, as a motivator, what you need to do is, you need to help her to achieve that self-esteem or self-actualization need. Because she has already fulfilled her physiological and safety needs in most cases. Now take another example. If we're talking about a peon in an organization. Now when you look at his level in the Maslow's needs theory, it is between physiological and safety. Of course, hand to mouth होते हैं employees जिनकी salaries बहुत कम होती हैं in most cases, और उसके अलावा उनकी job security, safety, shelter के बहुत issues होते हैं. So उस PM को motivate करने के लिए you need to move in towards satisfaction of social esteem and self-actualization needs. Now, what do we learn from all this discussion of Maslow's needs theory? The moral of the discussion is, whenever we want to motivate our employees, we should know exactly on which level of Maslow's needs theory they are at present, and then you can motivate that person for the next level. So it is not possible that if you ignore the level of the motivation level of the person, need level of the person in the organization, and then you try to motivate that person. Now talking about the McClelland motivational needs theory, there are three factors: achievement, affiliation, power. Now this is really very important. It is based on achievement. Like for example, people want to do the best. They want to bring out their best potential if they have a lot of sense of achievement. People do many things because of affiliation. Because once they develop good relationship with their colleagues, with their juniors, with their seniors, with their bosses, with all the stakeholders. So once they develop good relationship, they have more affiliation and they want to use their best potential. And power. Of course, power plays a wonderful role in motivation. So in order to motivate people, we need to do something to strengthen their motivation. What we need to do is give them a sense of pride. They should have good relationships at workplace, and employee empowerment is the key. So once you are using all these factors to motivate your employees, they can do wonders. They do something beyond your expectation. Now another theory is called goal setting theory. According to research, specific goals and difficult goals increase performance in almost all cases. So when you give general goals or easy goals to your followers, to your team members, to your colleagues, to your subordinates, what happens that कि उनकी जो existing performance level है वो भी decline हो जाता है. जैसे one person is capable to do wonderful things, लेकिन आप उसके clerical काम उससे करवाना शुरू कर देते हैं, तो one day will come कि जब आप उसको higher level का काम देंगे तो उससे वो होगा नहीं. So why not give the specific goals and difficult goals to your employees, of course with the guidance and with our resources required. Now deployment of energy is often evidence of motivation. Look at this athlete. He is running and it looks like a marathon race. Now how that person is able to run that fast? The basic thing that plays a major role here is called motivation. Pakistan's women cricket team success, and that is also dependent on the highest level of motivation of our team. Then of course Pakistan cricket, wonderful successes, and 1992 World Cup that Pakistan won with the help of its best team. And then Jahangir Khan and Naseema Hamid, the best athlete and the squash player, popular all over the world. Now why motivation is important? This is a big question we need to ask, because without motivation, is it possible to maintain your performance level? Is it possible to grow your performance level? Is it possible to move towards creativity and innovation? Of course not possible. So in order to have wonderful, performance, in order to meet or exceed the expectations of your employer, motivation has a very important role to play. Motivation is required because it increases effort. No, very simple. More motivation, more effort. Like for example, जिन लोगों का इंटरेस्ट ज़्यादा होता है, their effort level increases. और जिन लोगों का इंटरेस्ट ही कम होता है काम में, तो when you look at their body language, when you look at their behavior, they look so dull. उनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता देर हो रही है, जल्दी हो रही है, काम अच्छा हो रहा है, बुरा हो रहा है, हमें क्या करना चाहिए, दूसरों को क्या करना चाहिए. They are least bothered. So with the help of this motivation, we can always increase our efforts, or I will say that we can multiply our efforts. Adds retention. Of course, with the help of right motivation, positive motivation, we can retain our best employees. Now, every organization is dependent on 4 resources: human resource, financial resource, physical resource, information resource. Now, which is the most important resource? Human resource. So with the help of human resource, we can do wonders. So motivation help an organization, motivation helps the top management to retain its most competent human resources. Because when people are motivated in an organization, they become satisfied, and then with the passage of time, they become loyal. And once employees become loyal, they do not want to leave the organization. And that is the real success of an organization, when the employees are higher loyal with them. So when employees are retained, when employees are loyal, what is the result? The result is higher performance. Employees tries to exceed the expectation of the employer, but at the same time, employees set the international standards, international benchmarks. Motivation enhances persistence. जैसे कि हमने शुरू में बात की कि सक्सेस जो है वो ज़्यादातर डिपेंड करती है आपकी हाई परसिस्टेंस के ऊपर, और परसिस्टेंस को इन्हांस करने के लिए वी नीड टू हैव पॉजिटिव मोटिवेशन. ड्राइव्स क्रिएटिविटी. Now people can improve their creative parts. People can improve their creativity. People can become more creative if they are highly motivated. So what happens that if you have lack of motivation or no motivation, can you become creative person in an organization? Of course not. So in order to drive creativity that leads the organization towards innovation, that is missing, or that declines in case of lack of motivation of employees. And finally, motivation improves focus. People are clear-headed. They know what they are doing. They know each and every step of their responsibility. So that improves their focus. Because without focus, one cannot be successful in his or her professional life. Now, talking about designing a motivating environment, I always say one thing, that we cannot motivate people. We can only motivate people when we give them a motivating environment, when we give them a supportive environment. So you cannot motivate people, but you can create an environment or organizational climate in which they will feel motivated. Now, when we look at the public and private sector of Pakistan, overall we see that the performance of private sector is better than the performance of public sector in Pakistan. Now, what is the reason? Do you think that the persons who are working in the private sector, they are good people? And do you think that the persons working in the public sector of Pakistan, they are bad people or they are lazy people? Of course not. So it is not about the person who is working in that organization. It is all about the environment in which that person is serving in the organization. So in this discussion, how to design a motivating environment, we are going to talk about how to build that motivating environment in an organization. A wonderful philosopher called Jung suggested 6 points to build a positive motivational environment in an organization. And as a result, the performance of employees goes up, it increases, and that results in better efficiency and more effectiveness. According to the philosopher, the first basic key to design a motivating environment is called communicate. So what you need to do is, you need to communicate. Now, how one can do that? We can do that in our organization when the employees, they have frequent meetings with their bosses, with their leaders. So when the leaders and followers, they have ongoing meetings. So whenever you have ongoing meetings, you have dialogues, you communicate with each other. But remember that while you communicate, there should be no psychological pressure on employees. They should feel comfortable while you communicate with your employees. There should be no pressure on your employees. So when there is no pressure on your employees and they are highly comfortable and they are really, happy and satisfied, then you communicate with them. So there are different ways one can communicate with his or her employees. For example, verbal and non-verbal communication. Now, verbal communication means that spoken and written words, whereas non-verbal communication means the body language, the eye contact, facial expressions, gestures, postures. So, mode of dress. So these are the various, major areas. Like for example, non-verbal communication is 65 to 70% of communication. So it means that a leader should focus more on improving the body language because it carries a higher weightage as compared to verbal communication that carries round about 30 to 35% of communication weightage. So communication is really very important because there are so many communication barriers in an organization. Like for example, language barriers. Sometimes people do not participate in office meetings if there is only English communication. जैसे कि इस लेक्चर में हमने बाइलिंगुअल हम यूज कर रहे हैं, इंग्लिश उर्दू बोथ. And the reason is, students who are unable to communicate well in English language, तो वो भी उनके लिए भी possible हो जाता है कि they better understand this lecture. So why not you do the same in your organization as well as a leader? Have communication in the language understood by the employees. Then we have status barriers, like for example, when people in the higher grade communicate with the people from the lower grade, they have communication barriers. Empower employees. Now this empowering employees can build a positive motivational environment in the organization. When you delegate your decision-making authority, so employees, when you trust your employees, when you give them the decision-making power, of course the result is कि जब आप employee empowerment करते हैं तो the very first thing that happen is employees' sense of responsibility increases. And once you create the sense of responsibility of employees, we can do better than our competitors. Develop employees, like training and development of employees. You need to do TNA first. You do that training need analysis, or these days we call that skill gap analysis. So in order to develop your employees, you need to do that TNA or skill gap analysis and get the feedback with the help of different methods, like for example, questionnaires, interviews, observation, simulation exercises. So there are different ways to develop employees. Show appreciation. Now this is really very important because appreciation comes under the heading of non-financial rewards. And non-financial rewards in the long run are more important than financial rewards. So you need to appreciate each and every effort of your employees. Sit with your employees, talk about his or her problems, and then talk about his weaknesses. And once you are able to explore the real weaknesses of employees, you can easily develop the training programs. And those training programs will help you design a motivating environment as well. Manage ethically and impartially. Now this is really very important that ethics must be observed and there should be total impartiality. Because अगर आप impartial नहीं होंगे, अगर आप ethics को manage नहीं करेंगे, customers will never become loyal. Your employees, they will not have that good coordination and cooperation. So in order to have strong relationship at your workplace, it is really very important that there should be ethical practices, and practices based on merit basis only should be there in your organization. And finally, Young suggested that promote workplace wellness programs. So there are many organizations having programs for the needy. So one can develop need-based programs, wellness programs. So these programs really help an organization to do the wonders. Now these are the final 10 tips for motivation in order to bring, out the best from employees. So these are the top 10 tips. Notice each individual. हर individual को आप focus करेंगे. Never ignore even a single individual in your organization. Say thank you, even a smile can make a big difference. So as a leader, this is your responsibility to say thank. और अगर आप thank you नहीं कहने की position में तो at least one can smile to make a difference. Because you know that once you smile or once you say thank you, so that creates more energy level in those employees जिन्होंने अच्छा काम किया. Make employees feel respected and valued. Employees को respected और valued आप feel करवाएं. And how that is possible? With the help of empowerment. Give them the decision making power. Trust your employees. Give them independent tasks to do. And this will make them have a feel of self-respect and valued. Share your experience and knowledge. Of course, very important. Because sharing, with the help of sharing, one moves towards brainstorming. Be confident about people. So one has to be confident. One has to trust his or her people working in the organization. Be honest and trustworthy. So whatever you say, you do the same. So if you say something else and do something else, what will happen after some time? People will lose your trust on you. So even if you are not lying, people will say that you are a liar. Don't take personal credit for others' success. But in public sector of Pakistan, it is a normal practice कि काम कोई करता है और क्रेडिट कोई और ले जाता है. So if you are doing like this कि काम कोई और करता है और क्रेडिट आप ले जाते हैं, तो this will demotivate those persons जो अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं. Create a blame-free culture. Now this is really very important because normally what happens that in अक्सर organizations में हमने देखा कि people are blaming other. अगर अच्छा काम नहीं हुआ तो they will blame someone else. अगर कुछ मसला है तो they will blame someone else. So there are very few people who accept the blame on themselves, who blame themselves, who say that this is my fault. There are only few exceptional examples in Pakistan. Set developmental goals. Of course, one needs to focus on the long term. And once you focus on the long term, you need to focus on the development goals and make work fun. Of course, very important. Without making your workplace like fun place, one is unable to do the wonderful things. So when you look at this slide, top 10 tips for motivation, what comes in your mind? What is the message you get out of this discussion? The most important message is, we should respect others. So once we respect others, they respect us. So I believe that with the help of today's discussion, all of you now know about motivation. Now you know the major theories of leadership. So आज के लेक्चर में हमने थ्योरीज की बात की, लीडरशिप की, हमने मोटिवेशन की बात की और हमने ये बात की कि how with the help of motivation we can improve our performance. So I believe that all of you enjoyed today's lecture. Thank you very much all of you. Inshallah see you all in the next lecture. Khuda Hafiz.